Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review for the Stallone Marathon, and that is The Specialist. Now, The Specialist was directed by Luis Llosa, who before this did Sniper, which I think is a pretty damn good flick. After this, he made Anaconda, which I think is a fun creature feature B movie. I reviewed it on the channel. I have fun with the movie, saw that in the theater back in the day. I still like it. Ice Cube, Jennifer Lopez, John Voight. This is what he did in between that. And I liked the film. I think it's a decent flick, but I think it's a missed opportunity from Sly. Stallone is an expert at making explosives. In Columbia in 1984, him and James Woods are working together. They're supposed to fuck up this bad guy on this bridge as he's driving by. Sly sees that there's kids in the vehicles. He tries to stop it. James Woods hits the trigger anyway. Sly jumps off into the water. Him and James Woods have a confrontation. Says, hey, it's over. Cut to present day Miami. He sees an ad by Sharon Stone wanting an expert to take care of these people who killed his parents when she was a child. Which is very fucking strange because in the flashback, Eric Roberts looks the same as he does present day. Like, Sharon Stone's having a flashback to when she was a little kid. Her parents died from Eric Roberts, and he looks the same as he does in present day of this movie. But here's the thing. Eric Roberts and Sharon Stone, they have an age difference in reality of 2 years. Maybe 3 years. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, Sharon Stone and Eric Roberts are almost the same age, but yet when Sharon Stone was a kid, Eric Roberts looked the same age as he does here in present day. I don't know, it's like the 20-year. So Eric Roberts, I guess, in 23 years, he doesn't age. So either Eric Roberts in this movie is supposed to be playing a 50-year-old, or he's an immortal, or Sharon Stone has one of those conditions like Robin Williams and Jack, or some shit. If you watch the film again, pay attention to that. It's kind of weird. But Stallone kind of falls all over Sharon Stone's voice. Stallone decides to accept it, starts taking out the bad guys with bombs. It's Rod Steiger, his son played by Eric Roberts, and then the guy who's there to protect them, James Woods, who him and Stallone have a past together. Now, what do I like about the film? I think Stallone does fine. I love James Woods. He's a lot of fun. There's a scene where he's fucking with these guys at this bomb squad, and he makes this little bomb in this pin. He's like, come on, you disarm it, come on. There's a scene when they're talking on the phone, Sly's on the payphone, and James Woods is trying to trace him, and he goes off on each other. James Woods going, I'm going to take your heart out. I'm going to close your heart in my hand, and I'm right behind you. I enjoyed that scene. James Woods, I think, is a lot of fun. Cool to see Eric Roberts and Rod Steiger. I like those actors. I think the soundtrack itself fits the location of Miami. Gloria Estefan, Turn the Beat Around. That's how the movie ends, with that song. What's a song? Like Photograph, or da-da, picture when I'm gone. I forget what the hell the song's called. I like that song. So I think the soundtrack works, and the explosions look really cool. And when he takes these guys out, there's one guy he takes out, he blows backwards and his head goes into this fish tank. There's another guy in this car, then when he blows up, him and the car seat fly up like an ejector seat on fire. I think that looked really cool. There's these bad guys that try to get to Stallone in this hotel room. He's rigged the place up, and when it explodes, a piece of it falls like this, and then that half falls to the water. that's nearby the hotel. So there's elements I enjoy. There's elements I don't. I'm not a fan of the score itself. I thought the score itself by John Barry. John Barry. Is that the fucking guy who did James Bond? No wonder I was having James Bond flashbacks. Now I gotta look that up. But I like the songs more than the score. But the biggest problem is the fact that this movie tried to be an erotic thriller as well as an action film. I honestly think if the film stuck with Stallone versus James Woods, two actors that I love. James Woods, I love him as an actor, whether it be Videodrome, whether it be his segment in Cat's Eye, whether it be a film he did called Cop, great flick, whether it be John Carpenter's Vampires. I love James Woods. I can't think of one role that he did a bad job in. I just love his intensity. He just goes for it. And Stallone is a favorite of mine. These two guys going at it, they should have been the entire fucking movie. Maybe a better version of Blown Away. Because 1994 is when this came out, and you had quite a few movies about bombers or dealing with bombs. You had Speed, which is the best of 94 of those kind of movies. You had The Specialist, which I like, alright. And then you had Blown Away with Jeff Bridges, which I could not get into. It had some great explosions, but I just don't care for the movie that much. I like Specialist over Blown Away. And yeah, John Barry did do James Bond. That's what I was thinking. Like during the score, I'm like, some of the score belongs in a James Bond type of movie. It didn't fit. Not in the not in that way, but this piece of music that repeats like dana dana ba da dana dana ba ba just didn't fit with the location, what the movie was about. But getting to my point, it should have been Stallone and James Woods together, butting heads with each other. Whether it be Stallone wanting revenge on what James Woods has done, whether it be both these adversaries going to war with each other, or hell, I remember a Siskel and Ebert review of this movie where Roger Ebert said something very interesting. What if James Woods was the good guy and Stallone was the bad guy? And have the movie be about that. James Woods as the underdog but intense hero versus a bad guy Stallone. That'd be really fucking cool. And the thing is, this came out in 1994. The previous year, in 1993, Stallone had one of his best years because he had two back-to-back awesome fucking movies. You had Cliffhanger, you had Demolition Man. Both that kick ass. And then the next movie is this, and it could have been a kick-ass movie. Have more explosions of Stallone fucking these people up, and have less of Sharon Stone. I don't hate Sharon Stone as an actress. I really don't. But her whole thing was the weakest part for me in this movie. This is just my opinion. I did not care about her character's plight. I did not care about her motivation. I did not care about her flirting with Sly on the phone. I did not care about the erotic thriller bullshit. I did not need to see them fucking in the shower, ass out, titties hanging out. Sharon Stone was beautiful, but I don't go see The Specialist to see fucking. I see it for fighting. And a lot of times when you put an action star in an erotic type of movie, doesn't really work. Bruce Willis in The Color of Night. I was going to say Color of Money, but that'd be a different movie. Color of Night. Hell, Dolph Lundgren and Jill the Ripper, aka Jill Rips. When you put these action stars in an erotic thriller type of arena, it doesn't work. It just does not work. Leave that to people like Michael Douglas. Not this. It doesn't work. And no, I don't think people cared about that shit. I bet if I did a poll, most people would say that's the least interesting aspect of the flick. And it really is. It should have been Stallone and James Woods. One being the good guy, one being the bad guy. It'd be interesting if they switched it up and James Woods was the good guy and Stallone being a bad guy in this time period. That'd be really interesting. Like you did Cliffhanger and Demolition Man. That'd be a really interesting next step. Still an action film. You have James Woods. He's an intense hero. I know because I've seen Cop, and that's a great one. Imagine that kind of intensity in Cop going after Stallone and his like stone cold, like Cobra voice as a bad guy. That would work. Or hell, even if it went to Stallone, the good guy, and James Woods the bad guy, it should have been about them. Not this erotic bullshit. I like some of the little interplay between Eric Roberts and James Woods because I like those two actors and they kind of fuck with each other. Eric Roberts, great actor, underrated actor. But then, like Sharon Stone's dealing with Eric Roberts to get involved with them, so maybe she can kill him sometime. Trying to deal with Eric while Sly listens to her voice on this little thing he recorded. There's one moment where Stallone is posing and doing these sort of moves, and then Sharon Stone is half-assed naked, and it looks like a fucking music video. I'm like, is this a music video? Or is this a fucking movie? Sometimes that could be a good thing. This, no. It's like one of those fucking music videos where, you know, what's going on here? This shit is not that interesting. It's not that intriguing. I actually wrote this about on Facebook because I was trying to get other people's attentions on the specialist. So let me go back and sort of give my thoughts on that. This is what I had written long ago. Why the specialist did not work. This is a Stallone film that I do like. I like Stallone. I like James Woods. Awesome ways of killing folks via explosions. Great effects on those explosions. Solid soundtrack that fits the location of Miami. I also think some of the lighting is pretty decent. Like when Sly first gets on the payphone. I like the bit where he picks up this cat. This cat follows him home. I'm a cat lover. I love pussy. What can I say? Although he names the cat Timer. Oh, yeah, like a timer of a bomb. But, you know, okay, the cat bit was cute. I like that. But I like it in a way of saying it's a decent flick. But this was 1994, right after he did two excellent back-to-back flicks of Cliffhanger and Demolition Man. This could have been another great 90s actioner in the vein of those. Why is it only just decent? It chose the wrong focus. That the film focused on the dynamic of Stallone versus James Woods, two great actors playing two men with a bad past with each other. I honestly think it would have been up there as one of Sly's best 90s flicks. Whether you want to go with Sly wants revenge on James Woods, uses his talent of explosive charges to do so, both men going to war using their knowledge of explosives, or did a flip of James Woods as the good guy and Sly as the bad guy. Instead, it focuses on this erotic thriller aspect of Stallone and Sharon Stone, and that's where it fails. The relationship is not interesting. There's no chemistry with them. Zero chemistry with each other. The erotic sex scenes are not wanted, and they're not sexy, and they really aren't sexy. Doesn't turn me on at all. It turns me off. As in, I'll just, or turn the TV off, or fast forward and get to the next real part of the movie to me. And very rarely, if ever, do erotic and action stars work together. Like I said, Color of Night with Bruce Willis. And no one cares about Sharon Stone's character nor plight. And her revenge, her motives, her reasons, they're uninteresting, they're uninvolving, and just a waste of fucking time. Waste of screen time. All one does is yearn to see more of the battle of the wills between Woods and Stallone. Putting that on the back burner for a lackluster romance plot which thrusts the erotic scenes in your face to the front is the biggest fucking mistake the movie made. Audiences did not want to see Sharon Stone and Sly fuck in the shower. Unless there's some guy out there that wants to see Party at Kitty and Studs 2, The Italian Stallion 2, The Italian Sausage. I mean, I do like the film. The explosions and Sly fucking people with explosions, it's cool. The explosions look great practical. No CG work. The Stallone, I think, does fine acting-wise. Once in a while, there's a little clunkiness with his voice going even a bit too low. Like, but I think he does fine. James Woods is great. He's having fun with the role. The Eric Roberts I like. I like the little scene that him and Sly have where Eric Roberts goes, "Why are you staring so far? Don't stare so hard, or someone could put something in your eye," and puts a knife to Sly's eye. Or I like that Sly has this warehouse security system where there's pressure points of explosives. Again, James was having fun when this guy gets fucked up in this car and is after a fact, and they're talking with his parking attendant. He's smiling, and then James Woods is going, "Who gave you permission to smile? Shut up." Eric Roberts gets blown up with this bomb in his cup. Sharon Stone's there. But we even know that she's not dead because they fucked up with the editing because the explosion happens. And then you have this quick shot of Sharon Stone smiling, and then Stallone running towards. I'm like, you have Sharon Stone smiling, and then you blow up, and then you don't cut back to Sharon Stone. No, it blows up, then you cut to Sharon Stone real quick, like smiling as if she's fine, and then you cut back to Stallone running and seeing what's going on. I'm like, no one's gonna buy that. Oh, she died. No one bought it anyway, but they definitely didn't by the way you edited it. Again, at least you get the nice phone call. Sly and James Woods, they have a great exchange. But that scene should have been the entire fucking movie. And James Woods, I mean, he's wondering if Sharon Stone's dead, puts a gun at this funeral, tells him to open the casket when it's not her. He says, "Bitch," and walks off from the funeral. But that's, again, this erotic bullshit. If I want to watch that, I can watch porn. Don't need to watch it in my action movies. I'm fine with a sex scene in the movie, but this erotic thriller bullshit, no. Sly patting Sharon Stone down in church. Them having a shower scene that goes on forever. Them showing their ass and everything, their tits and everything. No. That's where you get the scene with the hotel room. Boom, piece of it falls to the water. I even like the teeny bits of fisticuffs you see. Earlier in the film, these assholes in this bus fuck with people. Stallone fucks them up, even kicks a guy right through the bus window. That was a fun scene. When Stallone's trying to get out of the hotel, he's fighting these guys off, and even throws a knife into a guy's chest. And there's a guy, and he punches shit out of him, throws him against the wall. I like that. But it all comes together. Stallone and Sharon Stone are together, and they're in the compound, the warehouse. James Woods finds out where they're at, and a shitload of SWAT team are outside. And the ending is actually pretty weak. They give the ending a cliffhanger the year before this. Stallone, John Lithgow, that whole thing with the helicopter, hanging on, coming down, having a fist fight on the helicopter, getting out the nick of time as it falls to the ground and blows up. Demolition Man, the whole confrontation between Stallone and so Wesley Snipes, heads up, knocks his block off. Here is just when everyone's outside, a bomb goes off that blows up the bomb disposal van. A bomb goes off that blows his fan into a windshield. James Woods comes in, says, "Hey, I have a bomb there with Sharon Stone," which Sharon Stone has to hold still. James Woods keeps walking and talking with his gun out. steps on a pressure point. And even the way James Woods dies is kind of goofy because he gets blown back. Gets this thing gets blown back. Is on some stairs, and it's kind of like he's alive, but I guess he's dead because, you know. But yeah, back in the day, you would have the bad guy, you'll blow up in the smithereens, or blow up and his body flies back in a as it's on fire. But that's not really the case here. And then Stallone gets the bomb from Sharon Stone, throws it. The whole place going detonate. They get into those two and the cat get into the tunnel, and pretty much them just running. There's a fireball behind them. Then they run some more. Another fireball behind them, going up or down, whatever, maybe going down. Running, then another fireball goes down. It's not even the fireball chasing them. It's just a fireball goes down. Oh, run. Oh, run. Oh. And then they escape, and then Rod Steiger, yeah, he's happy. He thinks everyone's dead. He gets this thing. It's a bomb. He blows up. Sharon Stone slide go off to Gloria Stefan. And the ending, watching it again, it's a very weak ending. It's a very lame ending. Not much to it. I mean, nice explosion, but of the outside of the the warehouse. James Woods' death wasn't really that satisfying, and there's really nothing really that complicated going on. The bomb disposal van gets blown up, the fan is blown out into a guy's windshield. James Woods, poof, poof, lands on the stairs. They get on the tunnels, running. Oh, phew, oh, phew, and then they get out. It just doesn't seem like much watching it. So I like the film decently. I can watch it for Stallone, for James Woods, for very nice explosions. I think the songs fit the film well in Miami. I like that it was nice location being in Miami, some nice lighting in certain scenes. But I think it could have been great if you had a better finale, more intricate finale. Get rid of Sharon Stone and her whole plot. Just have it be about Stallone versus James Woods. And I think if you did that, then we would have. I think it would be a better movie. I really do. I think the focus should have been on Stallone versus James Woods, not on Stallone fucking Sharon Stone in the shower. That's just my opinion. But again, I don't hate the film. I'll repeat myself. This is why I repeat myself. Stallone I like, James Woods I love, cool explosions, how he takes people out, soundtrack, the songs, some of the lighting's good. And, it was a fine enough movie to watch. That's why I say it's decent. But it could have been a lot better. It could have been a 90s Stallone classic, but you honestly did not need Sharon Stone in the flick, to be perfectly honest. And her whole plot and her whole spiel. You really didn't. Did not need to be an erotic thriller, Sly, or whoever came up with that idea. I don't know. Was it Alexandra Soros who wrote it, or I don't know. But that's just my thoughts on The Specialist. I liked the film. I liked it. Could have been better, though. But thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.